And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with the Game Boy Geek.
Hello there, my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today, we are going to be students in an academy. But we're not just here any day, we're back in the day into medieval times. We're going to be learning how to joust, learning how to give back to the poor, learning how to please the king, learning how to get the princess out of the castle. We're talking about Medieval Academy here. This is from IELLO Games, now came out in the US. 2 to 5 players, it's a drafting card game where you go up different tracks. Takes about 45 minutes to play. Let's take a look. I'll show you how it's played. I'll see you on the other side. In Medieval Academy, you're going to be visiting one of 7 different areas that you're going to gain expertise in and points over the game. Now this is a drafting card game that gets played over 6 rounds, and what's going to happen is each round everyone's going to get 5 cards. Now each of these cards can range from 2 to 5 in value, and each of the cards is going to tell you which section of the boards you're actually going to go up in which track. For example, this will have you go up in charity because it has a money bags there. And as you see the charity on this board here, just like the dragon is going to allow you to fight the dragon in this quest here. So these logos just basically tell you which board you're going to be moving up on. Now what you're going to do is everyone has stuff with those 5 cards. You're going to select one, put it face down, and you're going to pass the other 4. In the first round, you're going to pass them clockwise. Every other round, you go counterclockwise. So it swaps every round. And so what that means is that 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to get passed from the player to my right. And I'm going to look at these 4 cards. Ooh, good numbers here. Maybe I pick this one and pass these on. I'm going to get 3 now. So I have these 3. Ooh, I'll pick this one, pass these 2. I will get 2 from the last person. Ooh, maybe I will go here. Now, you know what? I'm going to go here. Pass this one, and then I will get 1, and I just have to keep that. So at the end, you've passed all the cards. So everyone will have 5 cards. Now, this is a really cool player marker. I mean, look at the size of my hand. This is a pretty big, cool little sword for a first player marker. Now, the first player, what's going to happen is they're going to select which one of these cards to play, and they're going to play it face up and show everybody which board they want to go up. So let's say I have these cards in my hand, and I play this one. Now, like, this is a 5, and this is the king's board there. And let's say I'm green, and so I will go up 5 on the king's board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I go up 5 on the king's board. Now, some of these boards score every round, and some of them score in different rounds. Now, so I played a card, and then it's the next player's turn, and everyone is going to play 1 card at a time until all 5 cards, until 4 cards have been played. The 5th one gets discarded out. So there's always going to be 1 card each round that you're not going to play. Now, it's interesting, the timing of this is very interesting because many of these boards you're fighting over specific spots. For example, let's say red's here, black's here, and green's here, and green's last to go, and he throws a 3 down. He can go 1, 2, 3, and he lands on top, which now if you're on top, you're in the lead. So he just went from 3rd place to being in the lead. So it's advantageous to understand what your opponents are playing, where you're at, and when to drop that card, because being on top is really cool. So after each player has played 4 of their 5 cards and has discarded their last card, the board might look something like this with everybody moving up on different tracks. Then we would score certain boards. For example, we look at the last row of the boards. This board only scores at the end of the game, round 6. Same with this one. These are 2 end game scorings. They only score at the end of the game, where this one scores halfway at round 3 and at the end of the game, round 6. Where the rest of these score every round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for all of these 4 boards, they all score every round. So let's take a look at each of these. Now we look at this, and what happens is it shows you the best and the worst. So essentially, first place gets to move up 3 spots on any one board. So right now, black's in first because they're on top, so black can go up any place. So black decides to go 1, 2, 3. He's in first place now for that. Red's in second place because they're just under black. They get to go 2 up on anything. So red's going to take the lead, boom, boom, with the jousting. Now, if you're playing with more than 3 people, in this case it says 4 players plus, which we are right now, the 3rd place player gets 1. So blue gets to go up 1. So blue goes, oh, you tried to pass me? No, you didn't. Now I'm in first place. Ha! Then we go to the next board. This one here, scores. First place gets a coat of arms of 3 points. They would take this points, they'd flip it over in front of themselves, and they would have 3 points. Second place would be green. Second place gets 2 points. And third place, which is red, would get 1 point. The same thing would happen on this board. Same thing happened, so blue would get 1, red would get 2, and nobody would get 3 because you have to actually have moved to be eligible for a bonus. The education is interesting where you just don't want to be last. Last player gets -3, second last gets a -1. In this case, if there's more than one player in the last place, they both will get the worst, which is -3. So they both would each take a -3 and nobody else would get anything else. If there was just one player here, this guy would get -3 and this guy would get the -1 because he's second to last. That's how that board works. Now that would be the end of the first round because we don't score this until the third and the sixth, and the other ones don't score until the sixth. So everybody would get 5 new cards. This first player marker would pass to the next player, and we would do another thing of drafting, this time counterclockwise, and we would do the same thing and score. But let's pretend it's the end of the third round. Let's say he's here, and he's here. Okay, all the other boards score the same ways that you saw. This board, if you've made it to here or further at the end of the third round, or sixth, you'll get 6 points. You'd get one of these little chits that have the 6-point shield on them. If you've made it all the way here, you'll get 12. So in this case, green and black would both get 6. Red was almost there, but would get nothing. The dragon, wow, this only scores at the end of the game. So let's pretend it's the 6th round, right? At the 6th round, we would score this the same way we just did, but at the end of the 6th round, we would look here. And we would see who's ever first is black would get 17, green second would get 10, and if we're playing with more than 3, red would get 4. And also at the end of the game, 6th round there, we look at the charity, and the one who gave the least is getting a -10, and second least a -5. Now it's also interesting to note that a lot of these boards reset halfway through. So all these boards, it has a 3 that shows a reset, all of them, pretty much this one, this one, this one, the educators, and the gallantry. All of those will reset. So at the end of the third round, all of these come back just like this, and they just reset after the scoring is done for that third round. All of these would reset. It's kind of like 2 halves of the game there. That's the whole game. At the end of the 6th round, you count up all your points, and one who has the most is the winner. Now that was the basic game, which is typically a good game, but there's some advanced rules that you can play with the normal boards, which is, one of them is the tied player. If you have the Excalibur first player marker and you're tied, you actually win no matter whether you're on top or bottom. The other one is after the board resets, they don't all go back to 0. It keeps them first place, second place, third place, fourth place, and so on, like that when it resets. That's an advanced way to play. Also, all of these boards can flip over to an advanced side. For the gallantry board, it's still 3, 2, and 1, but what happens is before you play your first card, after everyone gets their cards at the beginning of the round, everyone's going to bid as to which board they're going to want to go up based upon this. And then what place they're in, third for first place, second, and 1, times the amount of cards that you spent on here. So if I put 2 cards on the king and I'm on second place, I get to go up 4 on the king's board. So it lets people see what you're going to be possibly going up on, but you can go up possibly even further. Now everybody also has their marker on the 2 different knights that are here now. It's the white knight and the dark knight. And if you go up like normal, so for example, if I played a 5 knight, I could go up on either track. If I go up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it also moves the cup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a tug-of-war match. Whatever side that has this cup is the winning side. Winning side, you get 8, 5, and 2 points for first, second, and third. The losing side gets 5, 3, and 1 points for first, second, and third. So it's good to be on the winning side. It's a tug-of-war match, makes this more interesting. Now, education is interesting. This extra card comes out, and this would be in a 5-player game. There's a -3 and a -1, and then there's 3 zeros. Every time you go up even once on here, you get to take one of these and look at it and put it back. So every time you move up, you look at one of these, and at the end, whoever's in first place gets to take one, and then second takes, third, fourth, and fifth. So if you didn't go up much, you're probably going to get the worst one because you have the least amount of information. Pretty cool. For the king, what happens is once somebody passes the scroll, that's when it will score. Where anybody is, that's how many points you'll get, and they don't go up and down like normal. It goes 1, 2, 1, 0, 0, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. So it's kind of quite random here. And once someone gets this last scroll, it would score again, and then it resets. Everyone would go back to 0, and the scrolls would get put here again. Now for the dragon, the first player at the end of the game will get 1 point for every one of these tokens he has from either the knights or the king. Second player will get 1 point for every 2 of these tokens, and last player will get -1 for every 2 of those tokens. In the charity board, the first player gets to give a negative coat of arms from the education board, give it to the person who's in last place, and then take 2 of his positive knight tokens with a value of 3 or less. And the second place player gets to do the same, but it's 1. They take 1 from the other player. And that's how you play Medieval Academy. Now, I played this last year at BGG-Con for the first time. This one was only out from a European publisher called Blue Cocker Games before IELLO picked it up. And I remember being mesmerized by how much I really liked this game right off the bat. It felt like a Spiel des Jahres winner. And I still have that same feeling, if not even more so after more repeated plays of this. This is an excellent game for beginners because it's very simple card drafting. The tracks make sense, thematically they make sense, the artwork is cute, and it's easy to catch on. We played this the other night with a friend of mine who doesn't usually play a lot of games, and he caught on very fast and he really liked it. But at the same time, you've got gamers who also will really like this game because there's enough there for them, but yet it has a low enough barrier of entry for people, which makes it the perfect Spiel des Jahres winner, in my opinion. Now on top of that, you have all the advanced boards. When you flip all those boards over, I mean, it makes it a lot more gamer-y. So if you're playing with all your gamer friends, it's fine with the base way, but you can flip it up and ratchet up the tension and ratchet up the different strategies that you can pull. So overall, it's an awesome game. It's simple, it's streamlined, it's quick, it's over in 45 minutes, doesn't overstay its welcome. Battling for that area, it's sort of like an area control game with the drafting because you're fighting each other and it's fun. You go up a track and then someone wins the princess and ha ha ha, they go ahead of you. You're trying to avoid those negative points, but trying to things. You've got decisions to make. It's good. It's streamlined. I love it. Fantastic game. Great family game. If you like that sort of lighter to light medium type of family style game that has a bite to it for gamers, you're definitely going to want to check out Medieval Academy.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.